on Monsoon Valley. I'm loading that bad boy up right now. Just let me know when you're paused and ready to get going with it, because I cannot wait to see more action from these two players.
I am actually ready to rock.
All right then, let's go in 3, 2, 1, play. And I'm going to turn on the main screen so folks can actually see the game, because I'm sure that they would like that. Good luck, have fun, GG, coming out of Whiplash up here in the top left-hand corner as the teal Protoss player, or as Orb would say, the cyan Protoss player. He pulled a cyan out on me on the other day at Teal Open, and I was like, cyan? What the hell is that? So, brought back memories of kindergarten and Crayola. Anyway, Teal Protoss, top left, and down here in the bottom right, we've got Maestro as the yellow Zerg player. And, my initial impression of this map was, wow, this is a great macro map. But then we saw that game that Poke Money played on it, and it just seemed so short. The rush distance seems so short. So
it's deceiving.
It is really deceiving. So I'm kind of eager to see if this map is beautiful, says Whiplash. I'm kind of eager to see if the rush distance kind of plays into this, or maybe maybe we were deceived twice by the speed of the Hellions. Who knows?
Right. Yep. We'll have to see. I do have to address something in chat. A player asking if somebody in this particular tournament was in the brackets. Firebat Hero from Sagacity is the original Firebat Hero, of course, from Brood War, known for his crazy dances and whatever, and action after he wins. Not the same, unfortunately, Firebat Hero, although a very good player. Obviously, a big fan of Brood War's Firebat Hero. Not the same one, though. And I do have to shout him out, though. He did not reverse all kill. He straight up all killed Clan Simple One, an all Korean clan on the North American server. But back to this game. We've got his teammate Maestro. Obviously, a tough loss in the first game, and Whiplash showing just marvelous control.
Yeah, man. So much love for Sagacity coming out of you. I'm feeling a little fanboyism.
Yeah, well, I have to kind of balance your VT
okay,
bias
fair enough.
with a little bit of
fair
Sagacity
enough.
bias myself, and I did happen to cast that clan battle with Firebat Hero, and he was pretty impressive.
Man, I'm a fan of the Sagacity guys myself. They've got strong players, and they always play such great games. Anyways, Whiplash looks like he's really favoring this Forge expand, and I agree with him. It's such a good build. Oh, wow. Missed a little bit of antics happening down there in the Zerg natural. Whiplash throwing up some pylons, forcing a lot of drones to be pulled off the line, and he's threatening this cannon rush pretty hard. Maestro not taking any chances, pulling drones even, and that's what you need to do. Better to have far too many than one too few, because if those cannons go up, you've just lost the game, and that is the worst feeling in the world.
Nope, for sure. Lights out. I didn't even know that Protoss had units until Season 2. Of StarCraft, because the cannon rush was so strong, but
that's not the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
But hey, why build Tier 1 when you've got cannons?
Yeah.
So anyway, but he will be able to thwart this. Obviously, going to tag some drones to the probe, and I highly recommend that, as it makes it much more difficult to pull anything else off.
Yeah. So basically, a perfect defense against the threatened cannon rush. Whiplash is going to lose a couple pylons and get no gain from it. If you look on the units lost tab, you can see that Whiplash has actually invested 500 resources in this early rush. Now it's not 500 resources lost per se. That's actually a glitch in the UI. If he cancels it, it goes down as lost, when that's not necessarily the case. Wow, super fast third base from Maestro, and Whiplash scouting that as well. That is a 4-minute third base. That's like, did he go 2 hatch before spawning pool? He did. Yep. That is freaking awesome. Loving it. Throwback to Brood War. Nothing Whiplash can do to pressure this at all. He could make a couple of zealots and send them out, and maybe that'll do something, but frankly, the pool will be done before a zealot gets across the map, and then Lynx can just crush it. So, man, Maestro playing super smart here. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I cannot wait to see how he plays in the mid game.
Well, it's a great transition. He was able to go ahead and thwart that cannon rush, and the cannon rush, obviously, not too much invested into that. But, Zerg on 3 base, very, very deadly, and able to get it up this early without the Protoss. You made a good point. The Protoss unable to really punish it. It doesn't bode well for Whiplash.
Yeah, it could be problematic. Whiplash is going to need to do something here, because if Zerg is allowed to just freely drone, the game's going to get away from him way too quickly. And quite frankly, there's not a lot Whiplash can do for about 3 minutes. Like, there's just what can he do? Like I said,
here's the thing. Part of the downside to the Forge Fast expand is the fact that you won't have unit producing structures up as usually as early as you would. You do have a little bit of a safety net there with the cannons, and you get your economy quicker, but you're sacrificing that time where you could be building units.
Yes, it's absolutely correct. And Zerg is exploiting that right now by going 2 hatch before. It's so freaking good, man. If you're playing against a Protoss player that you know is going to go, Nexus first, do it, man. 2 hatch before spawning pool all day long. If you feel like you can defend the cannons with just drones, no reason not to. But defending the cannons with just drones is sometimes a lot easier said than done. So anyway. So Whiplash is not going to be able to really challenge this at all, and we can see that the Zerg is just now starting to really supercharge that drone lead, actually making 10 lings here, which I'm not sure I completely agree with. I would imagine that these are just for some map presence. Wow, no, he's making a lot of lings, up to 20 lings now. So I'd like to see Maestro add, frankly, 10, 15 more drones before he gets into unit production mode. But
yeah, for sure. They're almost tied in harvesters right now, 38 to 40. And as you said, that third base obviously going to grant extra larva, but you do want another cycle of drones just to really get that economy pumping.
Yeah, and now this time Whiplash, in the last game Whiplash went Void Ray into 6 gate, and it didn't work out too well for him. This time he's going to go straight to 6 gate, and this could be okay. Maybe. I feel like we're still kind of late in the game here. Zerg's been unchecked for quite a while. He's actually throwing down spore crawlers because he's feeling, I guess, a little bit worried about the possibility of DT or Stargate, which is smart, but it's not what he needs right now, and there's no way for him to know that. So he's playing smart. He's playing safe.
That's just it. It's okay to err to the side of caution. We as casters get the full scope of everything, so sometimes that sort of skews our vision. But and hold that thought for a second, because these links are going to poke in here just to do a little prodding, kind of see what's going on. But I don't mind the spore crawler just because, as you denoted earlier, it goes ahead and shuts down not just void rays, but also detects DTs.
Oh, wow.
It's a safe decision.
Man, Maestro being so good, active around the map. He's going to spot this proxy pylon from Whiplash over here at the gold base. And this is going to make... Oh, look at this. He's even going to catch the Roach Warren before it's going to be able to fin it. Well, oh, wow! Huge surround with the Zerglings. Is it going to be enough, though? Whiplash jockeying for position. Oh, man, it's going to be more than enough. Maestro shutting down that 6 gate hard, man. Whiplash, I feel like you need to work on your 6 gate, bro. You've done it twice, and it has looked awful both times. But I still love you, so don't hate. Whiplash's 6 gate absolutely stuffed hard there, and now he's in a lot of trouble because Zerg can do whatever he wants. And
Stargate's coming up. You know what? Hey, listen. Phoenix turned the tide last time, so he's going to what he knows. The Lings are going to clean this up. They are going to eventually get to that proxy pylon, I think, anyway. Although this little battle going down, this little skirmish over here, you can see Whiplash doing his best to try to hold that
he
proxy.
Is seriously committing to saving that pylon. Look at these zealots being freaking heroes over here. And Whiplash is actually going to maintain that position somehow. I don't know that it matters too much. Oh, look at that. Whiplash taking a third base as well. This is kind of cool. By being aggressive here, he's forcing Zerg to stay on the Zerg side of the map. So maybe he's going to buy himself enough time to secure that third base. If he can secure the third base, my tune's going to change a little bit. But until that third base is safe, I feel like Whiplash is still in trouble.
Well, he's going to have to earn it. And as you said, I think that wasn't more about going ahead and defending that proxy pylon as it was just challenging the Zerg and keeping it out of his face so he can get his base up.
Yeah, and he will have a cannon here, but look at this. The supply difference is telling a lot of the story here. Whiplash is down 40 supply, and frankly, Zerg is not macroing that well. He's supply blocked. He's building no overlords at all right now, so he's going to be supply blocked for a little while. And Whip is still down 40 supply. That's substantial. So an imperfect macro, and Whip's still not able to keep up. Look at this Roach attack coming up into this third base as soon as the Nexus finishes.
Oh,
and look at this. Phoenix
Roaches.
is no bueno against Roach, unfortunately.
We'll be able to grab a couple, but Roach, very good unit, very strong, especially Roach Sling early versus Protoss, which we haven't seen. However, he's going to go ahead in here and try to melt as much of this gateway army as he can, hopefully take down this Nexus.
Yeah.
And by hopefully, I mean no bias whatsoever.
Well, I mean,
that's hopefully for him.
That Nexus is dead. There's no holding it. Frankly, I mean, I hate to be the guy that calls the game early, but I think this one's over. as Whiplash is now being doubled in supply. His third base has just gotten smashed. He might be able to stand in this choke and defend for a little while, but he's never going to be able to leave his natural ever again.
No.
Zerg's going to max.
And Maestro just taking another base on top of it all, a high yield.
Yeah.
So just going ahead and really dominating this game.
I mean, Maestro's macro this game, nothing like what it was in the last one. He's slipping up hard. Supply block once again, almost hitting 2K minerals here and well over 1K gas. That's not anything like what we saw in his last game, but for what it's worth, it doesn't matter that much because he played. Oh, look, a Void Ray coming out from Whiplash is going to secure. You know, he's going to kind of be safe in his natural for a little while. So that's good for Whip. And throwing down a DT Shrine as well. So I guess if there's any way back into the game, it's with DTs. But you've got to remember, Maestro threw down those Spore Crawlers in each base early on. So those DTs are going to be hard-pressed to really do anything. Look at this. Also throwing down Spores in his new expansions because he wants to be safe from the Stargate stuff. So
and a macro hatch as well. So it's just a matter of being able to out-economize and out-produce at this point. You know, Maestro, obviously, yeah, he didn't have the best macro in the world this game, as you stated. He did smell blood in the water, though. Head over, push in pretty hard, but we're going to see if some of that amazing control from Whiplash can somehow turn this tide.
I mean, I would love to see him jump back into this one, but at some point, you just got to say to yourself, wow, that's too much stuff. And I mean, you can see
about
he's
154 supply of too much stuff.
Yeah, he's just attacking right through Void Rays that he can't even engage. So I mean, Whiplash will never secure a third base. Look at this Maestro being very, very aggressive around the map. Oh, look at this! DT's coming in, so they're gonna be kind of heroes a little bit. They might actually save this Nexus. It's gonna be close. No,
might be like you said though, too little, too late at this point. It's just the supply says it all, and but you know what? It's one of those things where, like you said, his 6-gate timing wasn't that crisp, and I think it was kind of a domino effect after that.
Yep. And Whiplash does drop the GG, and that's going to tie up the series at 1-1. So not quite as epic as the first game, but still well played nonetheless. Maestro really outsmarting Whiplash there, in my opinion, going for the 2-hatch before spawning pool and really jumping out to a big lead early. And honestly, I think he almost baited that 6-gate out of Whiplash. Whip saw that, and he was like, wow, I really need to do something fast or else I'm going to die. And and he 6-gated, and it just wasn't a really, it wasn't a very, I mean,
that says it all right there. I mean, that defines the 6-gate better than I've ever heard.
I mean, that's pretty much how I felt about it. It just
you really want to really maximize too. Blink Stalker, you can go ahead and you alluded to it earlier. You can retaining units is so important, and when you have Blink Stalker, it allows you to get away if he makes lings, and it also versus Roach, you get that Blink Stalker micro can be so devastating. But really, again, Maestro dictating from the start the way he wanted that match to go.
Yeah, he definitely controlled.